All right, y'all. You know what time it is? It is time for Inside Steppin. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Y'all don't forget to hit them subscribe buttons. Don't forget to hit the notification buttons. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel because you know that's where we gets it in at, y'all. You know that's how we do. Um, man, y'all, I got a great show for y'all tonight because we have a special guest. We are going to be speaking to the legendary Roxie McKinney. Before we do that, though, and I'm going to touch on this right quick. Y'all know, sometimes I feel like I don't want to call myself a jinx. I don't want to call myself, I don't want to say that that it's my fault. But you know, sometimes how we do, we feel some kind of way about the things that we say and the things that we do. But the other day, I made a post, y'all, and I was serious, man. Y'all, I don't know what to say, man, because I feel some kind of way about this. But I made a post last week where I said that I needed for all of my friends and people within my reach and people that are around me and around my world to give me 12 months of no terminal illnesses and no death. And I really kind of feel some kind of way about opening the show with this, but it needs to be. I gotta give my condolences out because y'all know I spent a lot of time on this show speaking specifically about the necessity for us to continue to get the game in order, if you will. The necessity for us to make sure that we get as much information from those who came before us in this dance as possible because we're not getting any younger, y'all. We're just not. And there are those who came before me, those who were pioneers in the dance, much like our guest that we're going to speak to tonight. And the fact of the matter is this week, y'all, inside of 1 week, we've lost three legendary figures in this dance. Three individuals who were a part of this community for a very long time and who were pivotal, even instrumental in large part to a lot of things that we've all seen and done. And, you know, every community has its staples. Every community has its individuals who they're like part of the furniture. When you walk in, you see them and you know who they are and you know their role. They know their role. Everybody knows their role and they're just part of what we do. And I have to, at this moment, I have to give my condolences and my heartfelt sympathies to the families of Reuben Johnson, who we just lost in the last couple of days, Big Larry Woods last week, and just this morning, early this morning, Mr. Lois Mitchell, one half of the facilitator of Steppaganza. And Steppaganza has been moved to the archives, if you will. It has been not deleted, just moved to the archives because it's something that we will never forget. And Mr. Lois was in large part responsible for a lot of what we were all able to experience for this many years. And about 3 this morning, God called her home. I spoke earlier with Irie Israel, the cat in the hat, and he told me that he wanted to make sure that everyone knew of her passing and that he was not able to come forward today and speak with us in that regard because he, just naturally had to. He's dealing with it, because that was his business partner. That was somebody who helped make Steppaganza what it was. So on today, uh, I just want to make sure that we acknowledge those three individuals, and I would be remiss if I didn't say, y'all hang in there. But when people like myself, and I'm speaking to my founding members, my founders, my pioneers, when people like myself and Reggie Miles and the other individuals who are working so hard to bring this information forward to the masses, for those of us in this community, y'all cut us some slack. Work with us. Come on and talk to us and leave your portion of the legacy of what you helped to make great with the rest of us, so we have some meat to go with our potatoes. So we'll have something to reflect back on, so that your legacy is set in digital stone, if you will, moving forward. So my condolences, Reuben Johnson, Big Larry, and Mr. Lois, y'all. And with that, I'm going to wish a happy birthday on today to my man Kirk White and Rochella Palmer. Irie, thank you for chiming in right quick. He says all three of them were Lifetime Achievement Award recipients, including my guest today, who we're going to be bringing on here any second now. Thank you, Irie, for that tidbit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me bring to you the legend, the myth, the woman, the beast on the wood, Miss Roxie McKinney. Miss McKinney, how you doing?
Hey, Brian.
It is good to see you, lady.
Hello.
You know,
it's good to see you.
You know, I always enjoy when you and I, when I get a chance to see you, and I especially enjoy when I get to see you dance. When I really get to see you dance. now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it just me, or lately have you been cutting up a little bit?
It's just you.
You got to think about it just a little bit.
Yeah,
I see you, Roxie. Look, don't get it twisted. I see you. I see you. I've been watching. I see you. Let me right quick give some shouts out. We got Eric Evans, Irie Israel, the Cat in the Hat is in the building. Teresa Cozy, David Calhoun is in the building. Bruce Palmore, my man. Riri, I see you. Reggie Miles, the professor is in the house. Tracy Cisco, Marquita Hill, Val Wells, one of my favorites right there. That's my girl. Louisa Lowe. Who else we got? Wise Cat is in the building. Who else we got? Let's see, Regina Deans. We got Fatima Alexander. We got quite a few folks in the house. Welcome everybody, y'all, to Inside Steppin. Roxie, listen, I've been trying to get you on here for quite a while. You know, our schedules have a little sometimes conflict, but you know. Last time I had the opportunity to see you, I think we were at the 50, wasn't we? When we at the 50-yard line?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them times I got a chance to come home. Yeah. So, Roxie, I'm going to ask you one of those things that many steppers, the one thing that I think for me, what is one of the most fascinating aspects of my questioning and something that I'm always interested to know. Dennis Moore, I see you out there in Cali. How did you get your feet wet? What got you stepping? Now, I know that a lot of us who came up in Chicago, we kind of ended up with some steps by default. We ended up because we are what I refer to as the legacy generation. We were born into it, and we were given it to us by our family, and we know this. But I want to know, what was your entry into the stepping game? And this probably was the Nabop game, but go ahead and give us the game. Tell us what happened.
I used to watch my oldest brother, and he used to bop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just loved it. But you know, like you just said, it's hereditary because my mom was a good stepper, my dad, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then my older brother, like I say, I used to watch him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the way him and his wife would dance would just blow my mind. So when I got to doing things with the Frigidaire, the chair, you know,
That's right. The
all kind of stuff,
doorknob,
the
name it. Name it. If it
doorknob,
had a handle on it, we was touching it.
and I just took it from there because it was something I enjoyed doing. I love dancing. I love dancing. I love stepping.
Roxy, let
So
me. I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
It
Okay.
it originated there with
Okay.
me.
Right quick, we have one of our guests, one of our YouTube guests chimed in, Miss Belinda Snead, and she says she wants me to let you know how much you have inspired the new older steppers, and they just love watching you dance and truly an inspiration to her personally.
What? Thank you very much. And
Um,
every time I hear that, that really makes me feel good
but
because I'm. It's
that's right.
like when I leave here, my legacy gonna go on. People
That's
gonna
right.
remember me.
And that is why I do what I do, Roxy, because we got to keep this thing going. I don't think we have to work to keep it going because I know that this thing has roots now. I mean, it's
Yes.
rooted, and I know that it's going to continue to grow. Maybe not at the pace that some of us would like to see, but then sometimes you can grow stuff too fast. So I think it's getting it's becoming more organic, which I think is a great thing. What side of the city did you grow up on, Roxy?
On the south side.
South side.
uh,
You know us South Siders. We always got to fight with them West Siders. You know what I'm saying? You know what
not
it
on the
is.
steppers.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I ain't
That's
stepping over
right.
here.
Um, and speaking of being an inspiration, Roxy, I think it's important to for us to be able to convey that information because there are a lot of people who have begun this dance late in life, and people like yourself do set a standard. You give people inspiration. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I love watching you dance. I think it's fascinating, and you are one of those women whose name has come up repeatedly um, as being one of the ones who were able to keep up, if you will, back when the get down wasn't even called the get down. It was just a dance and it was a thing, and you had the footwork and the knowledge to make it happen. Give us some idea what it was like being in the arena with so many, of these guys. Some of them still out here.
it was a learning experience, because I got a little something from all of them.
Mm-hmm.
George Macaroni,
Mm-hmm.
Lil Mike, Larry Lemio. I mean, it's just so many. I can go on and on. Vincent Carter, Vincent. We
Mm-hmm.
used to call him Vince. He was messing around with my friend Sandra Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know Sandra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, him, and we all used to go out, and Kim Boy, all of us, and what they call the get down now was
Yeah.
basically a man's thing,
Right.
you know,
Gladiator sport.
and the men would battle against each other. They would actually they would battle against their own partner.
Right.
So I would just watch them and dance with them and watch some of the things they do, and I took it and I put my own style to it.
And that's called the watch and learn generation, y'all. For those of you who
Hmm.
don't know, that's how we got to dance before there was anything called a stepping instructor. You had to watch the
Exactly.
moves, and somebody was always being creative and coming up with something new, and it was like, "Ooh, I saw that. Let me get that. Let me get that out you."
But you
Uh,
know who my inspiration was?
Tell me.
I don't know if you know her. You know this lady named Dimples?
Yeah,
That was my inspiration.
another
That
legendary.
coming up,
Yeah.
I was years younger than her, but when we used to sneak in Chick Ricks and all them play, that was the smoothest, fastest woman I know.
Hey,
And
she's
I was
still
going to
smooth. Why you
parties just
playing?
to see her. Just to see her. I mean, that woman, and she still today can dance.
Still smooth.
I love her.
Don't play. One of the um guests asked, "Were you in the 50-yard line last Saturday wearing black and silver?"
What did I have? Yes.
She says she was
Yes, I
sitting behind
was.
you and she had no idea who you were, and now she knows. So you can expect a few people to be saying, "You Roxie McKinney." Absolutely. I see you brick in the house. What's going on in the building, my man? Lady Sings the News chiming in. I see you, Charlesy. Charlesy, I'm gonna have you on the show soon. Get ready.
Hey, Chelsea.
I had Barry on last week, man. He gave us a fantastic interview.
I
We got
saw
a
it.
lot of great reviews from that interview. A lot of good information. Barry, I want to thank you, brother. We haven't spoken since, but I appreciate you very much. Um, so, Roxy, as you know, time has gone on, and you've seen the transitions and the changes and the things that have taken place throughout the community. Is there any one thing that stands out in your mind that, or what would you say was good about the way things have gone, and what would you say is bad about the way things have gone?
Okay, what is we got a new generation coming up.
Yes, absolutely.
So, just like back then when we did our own thing,
Mm-hmm.
we like you said, we didn't have instructors. It was watch and learn. Now they got all these instructors
Mm-hmm.
teaching them which what they supposed to be teaching stepping, okay? But they not really teaching. It's like they done took trying to take the originality out of the stepping
Mm-hmm.
because the feet work is the stepping.
Right.
And they replacing the feet work with all these terms,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I've said
And,
that on here a million times.
yeah, I have nothing bad to say about the new steppers that's coming up,
Mm-hmm.
but learn the feet work. Get somebody to teach you the feet work. You know what I'm saying? Because all these terms, that's not
That's
stepping,
not the
that's
dance.
turning.
And I agree. And one of the things, and I've had Josiah Burt on this show multiple times, and he and I have discussed that openly in this forum. And one of the things that, and it's starting to sink in. I think people are starting to grasp what you're saying right now, because there have been times in the past where people have said exactly what you just said, and it sort of falls on deaf ears because people have been able to get away with. And I've literally watched. I've actually sat and watched, and it's funny because in my own transition to learning the new school approach to the dance, once I was able to get the basics of it, I started watching, really paying attention to some of the dancers, and I've literally stood and watched guys stand on the floor, feet hardly ever move, and they're doing 9,000 combinations, and as Reggie Miles would put it, 9,875 turns on the lady, and they don't move any. And for me, it's kind of disappointing because, like you said, what I want to see footwork. When I came up, footwork was the thing. That was that was the dance, not
Yeah,
a bunch of turns. And me personally, I ain't gonna lie, I feel sorry for the lady sometimes because I just be sitting there thinking, wow, she
me
gotta be
too.
dizzy.
I know,
Gotta be
me too.
dizzy.
I be sitting up there. I don't even have to order no drink. I get dizzy just looking at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. I and I guess the real issue becomes that for a lot of these instructors or people who are supposed to be instructing this dance, and this is something that I've also learned, you can't teach what you don't know. And a
Exactly.
lot of these people simply do not know anything other than that because we're unfortunately reaching a place where the dance has become watered down to where everybody thinks that if they look like the next person that they're doing it right, when in fact that means you're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
The reason,
Because,
go ahead.
go
Come
ahead.
on. Come on. This you.
Everybody look like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at a person and say, "Oh, so and so taught them,"
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
"Yes, yes, so and so taught her, so and so taught him,"
Mm-hmm.
and they all looking like robots, spinning robots.
Mm-hmm.
bring this. I had a lady come up to me this weekend, and she said, "Is your name Roxy?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I follow you on Facebook. I'm talking about every time I be pulling up videos trying to find you, right?" She
Mm-hmm.
said, "I've been trying to learn stepping for a year."
Mm.
I said, "Well, what's going on?" She said, "I'm still in the first phase."
Hmm.
I said, "What do you mean by the first phase?" She said, the side spin, side spin. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, I have no feet work. She said, and the guy, he'll tell me, "You messed up the count,"
Mm.
because she
Mm.
missed the turn. You
Yeah,
know, we
that's
didn't
uh,
we didn't mess up counts and all that stuff because we didn't have all that stuff.
right.
So I
Well,
told her, I said, "Baby, let me tell you something. Watch them videos of the people that you like to see, that you
mm-hmm.
want to get some inspiration from them. Okay, you say you watch my videos. Watch my video. Watch it over and over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
until you learn my feet work." I said, "I'll be willing to show it to you,
Mm-hmm.
because the game wasn't sold to us. It
Say it.
was given.
Say it.
It wasn't
Speak on it.
sold to us.
We didn't pay for this. Not like that.
We didn't pay for
No,
this.
sir.
And it's such a simple thing. You just watch and learn.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get it, this is what I'm telling her. I said, and as the further you get in the
Mm-hmm.
feet work, pretty soon you'll be able to branch off and put what you do. I said, but your main thing is don't focus on what's around you,
Mm-hmm.
who you dancing with, or none of that. Listen to that music, get into that music,
Mm.
and do whatever that music telling you to do.
There. That part right there. One of the things in that regard that you know, uh, and I think this is one thing because one of the ladies on here just made a comment about um, how guys gave her turns, and she said she didn't want to do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, you don't have to make those turns.
Sure don't.
I used to watch Janice. She'll stop a turn in a New York second. I'm talking about she'll stop dead in her tracks and have you standing there like waiting. I done seen her do it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Let me say this to the ladies out there. I want y'all to understand something very clearly, particularly my ladies that are still learning this dance and have not developed your confidence the way that it probably needs to be. Understand this right here. If a man ever tells you messing up a count, like Roxy just said, if a man ever tells you in the wrong place, understand one thing very clearly. He's the lead. And if he has not put you where you should be, it's not your fault, it's his.
Thank you.
Don't get that twisted. I'm telling you,
You.
I'm not telling you what I'm thinking, I'm telling you what I know. So,
Exactly.
now, the other thing, like you just said, and let me reiterate, we do not or did not have the problem of people missing numbers and missing counts. We listened to the music and danced accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a conversation a little while ago with someone who was telling me they were telling me about a story between themselves and Ty Skippy. And he said he never realized how well Ty Skippy understood music. And you wonder why his dance was as accomplished as it was, mainly because he understood the music. And if more people took the time to
Yep.
get into the songs, into the music, into the lyrics, into the snare, the hi-hat, the cymbal, the bass line, you'd be amazed how quickly your dance would change.
Yes. Yes.
And those are
You
facts.
definitely got that right. That is a fact.
So, um, Roxy, what high school did you go to?
Wendell Phillips.
You went to Phillips. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Dig that. Okay. So Roxy, you mentioned a minute ago that you were telling somebody to kind of watch, what you do and that sort of thing. Have you or do you do any type of instruction?
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about it. it's in the wind for next year.
Well, I would absolutely support you in that effort. And I say that mainly because more people like yourself, I'm an advocate for the generation before me to realign themselves with the community in ways that allows it to go back. And I don't want to say back like we need to go backwards, but to go to put it back into alignment, to put
Mhm.
the understandings and give clarity to places where people are a little confused, uh, and make it clear and understood that number one, this dance ain't going nowhere, and number
Nowhere.
two, ain't nobody getting ready to flip it like they think they are.
Exactly.
So, what are your thoughts
Because
on?
the originality
Mhm,
of the dance itself
mhm,
is going to carry on
right.
with or without the turns.
Mhm.
So ain't no changing it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are fearful that, um, and even I've had to back down off of my push toward making sure that the originality remains in the dance, because and one thing somebody made clear to me in the last couple of days, it ain't going nowhere. Despite all
Mm.
of the gimmicks and all of the nonsense that have been attempted to be injected into the game, and then we've seen many over the years.
Uh-huh.
They come and they go, and they're going to continue to do that. So it's this today. It'll be something else tomorrow, and the dance will continue to go on, because as long as Chicago is standing, and
Hmm.
this dance has been handed down through the generations, regardless of instructors today, it's gonna still be what it was, and it's gonna continue to be what it's gonna be.
Hmm.
That's my thought.
Hmm.
So, um,
Yeah.
how do you feel about um, the future of the dance, and where do you think we're headed with this?
First, what?
I mean, in general. I mean, think let.
I mean, you just said it. I mean, the dance is gonna last. The dance gonna last when we leave. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but what I want to see, or if I'm not here, of course I won't see it, but the originality back in it,
Right.
you know, because what
Absolutely.
they call it stepping, what they doing, and like I say, they might as well give it a new name,
And that's what
the
I've been
spin
saying.
or the turn off or something.
I've been pushing that whole angle, because I agree with you. And and the one thing that I point this out is that when people went from the official bop, and started stepping, and a lot of people, and I will continue to push this point, because I want people to I want to drill it into people's heads so they understand that the people who converted, and I don't want to say converted because it's still the same dance, but the people who
Mm-hmm.
gave the variation of stepping from the bop were kids. They were teenagers. And it did get a new moniker. It was called stepping rather than bopping. Still the same dance though, with a different variation. And that made it sort of okay to the elder generation, because they were like, okay, don't ruin what we have by calling it this, or doing calling what we do this. So my thing is, if we're gonna move forward, if this newer generation feels that they need to make adjustments, because this dance don't need no adjustments, but if they
No,
feel as though
none.
they need to do something different and they have a following for that, go ahead and do that. We don't care. Just call it something else.
Yeah, call it the spin-off, or
You said a
or
spinoff.
the
I
or,
like
or
that.
the turn clock to anything but
Yeah.
stepping.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that one, the spinoff. See, now you got me on something. I'm gonna be, yeah, y'all doing the spinoff. I got. See, now I'm gonna drum. Look, watch. You gonna start hearing it. They be like, oh, they spin it off.
and, and then, like you said, let me say this to the ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, like Brian said, you don't have to do all that spinning.
Mm-mm.
If you go into a class and all you learning is spinning, you got the wrong teacher.
Woo. You just stepped on some toes, Roxy.
It
Ooh,
don't
there's
matter
some soul
is what
toes out there.
I'm
Mm.
not calling nobody out. I'm not trying to put nobody down. none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's right is right. You hear them talking. The women. I'm tired of doing all this turning, and like old girl say, he told me I missed the count. Ladies, find somebody from our era
That's right.
that
That's right.
know the game,
That's right.
know
Uh,
all about it, that can give you history on it. Some of
now,
the best steppers in the world we dance with,
that's right.
and we still out here dancing our dance, the world's dance,
Mm-hmm.
the right way.
Now to make a quick comment on Reggie Miles put a comment in here, and we want to touch on right quick just to give you a little bit of show the variation in the history. He said, "Don't forget that the bop was done with one hand, and the new bop was done with two hands. And
Mhm.
depending on what part of town you lived in, determine which hand you used when you were doing the bop." See, a lot of people don't understand why that is, but if you don't know your culture and your history, you won't understand why that's so critically important.
Mhm.
Right
Mhm.
quick, Roxy, I'm putting up right now. I'm showing the audience a picture of you, Scorpio, and Junebug on first Saturday in Atlanta this month. Y'all was over there cutting up sideways.
I had so many calls from that trip.
We saw you. Now that's the legendary Scorpio right there, and his brother Junebug and Roxy herself. Another quick one right there. Now Roxy,
Huh.
I'm getting ready to play a video for the people. You wanna know which
Okay.
video it is? This is the video from Universal Circus. The Scorpio got in the contest and won, of course. Play that video right now. Y'all see how smooth they are? Look at Roxy. You see that footwork, y'all? Don't play no game. There's Roxy. Y'all see that footwork? Y'all see? That's footwork. All right, y'all. We just wanted to give you a little glimpse into Roxy's footwork right there, y'all. So
Hey, that was a plastic, like a rubber floor.
it was yeah, that was like a mat or wasn't it? Mat or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, a rubber mat or something.
And y'all
It was
still
like a
got it in.
rubber,
See, that's when you
like a rubber mat. Yeah, like a tamper. What's it?
uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
bounce up and down on.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was a real rubber mat. So y'all got it
Yes.
in though. Y'all still got it in. I was glad to be able
Thank
to
you.
check that out. That video right there was courtesy of Willie Chapman. Because he was sitting down there front row because they honored Sam Chapman at that event, right? That was at the
Uh
Universal
huh.
Circus, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, man, Roxy, I can't wait to get back home, get a chance to fellowship with you again, and get an opportunity to dance with you and hang out. Um, give the ladies some type of a gem piece of advice, something that they need to know. You already dropped a few bombs, but I want you to give them, because you're an inspiration to so many. Give them what you think is probably one of the most important things that they should know about being a part of this culture.
Just ladies, just feel yourself. You know, choose your own. Create your own style.
Mm.
Listen to that music. Don't focus on nothing else. And you let that music carry your feet wherever it want to go. If you feel like you want a part of the record come up and you want to kick or split, whatever, do it.
Do it.
Create your own style.
And don't be
Quit.
worried about what somebody else gonna say or think.
Exactly, because all of us at one time messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But the key to it is to keep on doing it
And have fun.
and have fun when you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's to my ladies, and like I still say, when I find me some place to start teaching this feet work, I'm gonna get in touch with Brian sometime early next year.
Do it.
And I'm gonna get you women out there, because y'all gonna have these men. They problem is they wants to shine.
Mm-hmm.
They scared to let the woman shine.
Tell them, Roxy, if they turn you loose, it's going to be hell to pay. Ain't that right? So they let your hands go, they going to get cut.
And then they put their own stuff in it, too.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Roxy, being a lady, and, you know, the ladies usually handle this portion of the game, even though we got some super sharp fellas in the game. Give my audience now, and the only reason, and this is why I have to put this caveat in there, as we move around the country, there are things that people like you and I that are from Chicago, we take for granted, because they're just things that we grew up with and things that we just have an understanding about. Mm-hmm. But give us an idea when we talk about step a sharp. That's a fairly new term. Tell us what that means.
That means you're going to put on whatever you want to put on. And you're going to be looking good in it. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go out and step. You don't go out and run to the store and buy a certain outfit. Mm-hmm. Step a sharp. Back then, if our gym shoes was the highlight of the party. Mm-hmm. We didn't run out and buy no new outfits. Step a sharp is what you make it with your clothes.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And the important part, and this is one of the things that I think a lot of people that escaped so many in this dance, comfort and fun. Sometimes I think some of these people take this just a little too seriously. Maybe you think how do you feel about that? Do you think people take it too seriously, or should they be more relaxed in this environment?
They're gonna have to get more relaxed, because when you're uncomfortable and nervous, that's when you're messing up. You're not focusing on what you're doing. Don't be nervous. It's just like dancing at home with the doorknob or something. Mm-hmm. Block all that out. You need to block all that out. All the audience, all of that, and just listen to that music when you're on that dance floor. And don't worry, if you make a mistake, it's good. But when you make that mistake, don't stop.
Right.
Keep on moving.
Keep going.
Because some of them won't even be noticed. That's if you got a good leader.
Look, if you don't show them, they ain't going to know anyway. That's exactly. Real talk. And it's funny, too. It's funny you say that, because when I can think back to times before all of this that we have now, and I can think back to times where you would be in a room, and one place, I guess, that comes to mind more than any other one would be the East of the Rhine. And you see so many different styles of dance in stepping, and nobody is going, he don't know what he doing. He doing it wrong. She look crazy. We didn't have that. No. Everybody danced.
No.
And let me say this as well. One of the things that stands out for me is that if you really want to know, like, we watch the big names in stepping, the people that are most popular, the people that win the contest and things like that. Uh-huh. One thing that I think escapes a lot of people, each one of these individuals has their own style. If you pay attention, none of them look like everybody else. And then they wonder, well, why do they keep winning? Why do they keep doing this? Why? Because they don't look like you.
Exactly.
They have created their own lane, their own style, and the faster other people. Do you know how many people would be great dancers. I mean, better, 10 times better than they are today if they weren't worried about what other people thought and they were able to actually do their dance in the steppers lane and do their thing.
Yep.
Could you imagine if in the 70s we had everybody that was trying to stay on the same, look like each other? Could you imagine that? That would be insane.
Right.
You know, I would like to see, Reggie Miles says back in the day, sisters back in the day were so cold on the wood that the brothers would practice battle with each other to get ready for the sisters who were cold. Hey,
you said it, Reggie.
He telling the truth. He telling the truth because the last thing you wanted was for one of them sisters to cut your head in front of everybody else.
You know what? You know what, Brian? Back then, them men weren't scared to let them sisters shine.
Oh, no.
You
no,
know?
They wasn't. But we had fun with the dance.
The better we dance, the better we made them look.
Nah, that part right there.
We had fun.
And that's the main thing. That's the part that just escapes so many people now, man. The fun. What happened to now? You got people who understand how to have a good time at a stepper set, but you got some people, man. They be so uptight and they be so upset. And it's always something going on, and it's always some problem somewhere. And they just like, man, just don't take it so seriously and just go have fun. Just enjoy the dance. Be able to leave it all on the wood. That's so
what did
important.
we do when we had problems?
Hey, we go
Went
dance.
to the party.
Go dance. Yeah.
The problem was gone, but when we got home, woke up the next day, it was still there.
Yeah.
But for a few hours.
For them couple hours.
Problems.
Yeah.
Problems. We weren't worried about them problems.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about.
Having fun.
Therapy. This dance is therapy, y'all.
That's it.
It will definitely take you to another place if you let it. But don't make it. Don't go to the dance to get uptight. You're supposed to go to the dance to loosen up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We had so much fun back in the days.
Yep, absolutely. And so I'm looking forward to what the future holds in this dance, and I want to see. I'm going to tell you like this, Roxy. I'm looking forward to whatever you have in store for the ladies coming forward, and the reason I do is because I want to see more women come forward with that confidence and the ability to set this dance where it belongs. Because we've had so many women in this game that do not get the recognition that they deserve. Kudos to Sharnice Simmons for giving her event here in September, or was it October, November, where she recognized.
Exactly, it was on my birthday, to be exact.
Okay. Where she recognized the legendary women and women who have made a mark in this community. More women need to get more recognition for their part in this game. And I want to see more of the sisters come forward and put this footwork on the wood. I mean, really get it to them. Because I know it's some sisters out there. Shouts out to my girl Trina over there in Alabama. They got a big event coming up here next year. And she is new to the game, but man, she has got the game down cold. And she's had the right tutelage, and she understands about having fun with the dance. And the girl feet are ridiculous. Y'all watch out for her. That girl in the next couple of years, she gonna be a beast, man. She already ain't nothing to play with. The girl ain't nothing to play with. I'm telling you now. That's one of Josiah's students. Nah.
I really want to see her.
Oh yeah, she can go.
And she's from where?
She lives in Alabama. She's originally from Detroit, but she's an Alabama resident and has been for some time, for some years. And Josiah got a hold of her about a year ago, probably not even a year ago. And let me tell you, she ain't nothing to play with. Okay. And, people, for a long time, you've heard people, I've heard instructors say stuff like, we don't do that no more. And they get talking about the footwork and all that. We don't do that no more. And I heard Josiah, he real quick to tell somebody, no, you never could do it. You can't do it. That's why you say you don't do it. Let's not get confused.
In a minute.
And the fact is, the dance is beginning to head in the direction that it was always intended to be in. People don't understand that the 8 count was taught as a means by which to enter this dance arena. It was never intended for those 8 steps to be the dance. It was an entry level offer that somehow became a sticking place for some people to think that that's where the dance was supposed to stop, and that's just not it. And you add that basic to it, a whole bunch of turns, and they think they have this dance. That's just not it. You know, everybody needs to get their footwork up. That's just my opinion.
And you speaking on that right now, I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know, and I think I said this once on Reggie's show.
Mm-hmm.
When we step today,
mm-hmm.
is side, middle, do what you do
mm-hmm.
until they spin you off. Side, middle, do what you do till they spin you off. So even if we were counting, it would be side 1,
mm-hmm.
side 2, middles 3. That's
mm-hmm.
3 steps, ain't it? So them 3 steps is the basic steps.
Absolutely.
Stepping.
It is the entry or the basic that's why they set it up. Whoever was able to format, and there's been several versions of it, because they've even got it broken down into a 6 count, an 8 count, and variations of an 8 count. That over the years, that's what it's been. But regardless of how you count it, the motion, the pattern is always the same.
Thank you.
But now, the pattern was nothing more than when we got on the dance floor, it was the startup. It was the way we began in the dance, and you got an idea of where you were, boom. Then you go and you start making moves.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely wasn't about a bunch of spins, especially, and I can prove that, especially because as males doing this dance against one another, the last thing we was going to do is give another man a turn like you do a woman.
Exactly.
We wasn't turning no dudes like that. So
exactly.
You had to understand how to move out of that startup first counts, be it 6 or 8, and into footwork. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
And be able to still make it look good. Now, fortunately, because we have taken that version of the bop to this point, and we dance with the ladies, okay, a turn here, a turn there, but then we're also able to include certain movements that are more fluid in the dance because we're dancing with a lady. But when you start seeing 2 guys looking like it should be a man and a woman dancing, that is not the dance that we identify with from that period.
Mm-mm.
So, and there's a lot of people out here that's like, imitating, but they're doing it wrong. And
like Scorpio,
yeah,
if he dance with a guy,
it's a whole different field.
He gonna let him know. Ain't no touching my shoulder, no my waist, no none of that.
Right, none of that.
Hold my hand, spin me off, let me go.
That's right.
Don't touch me like you touch no one. I have heard him tell,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know before we do this. Don't touch my shoulder, don't touch my waist. I ain't no female man, don't do that.
That's right.
We just gonna get up here, we're gonna do what we do. And that's how we did it.
And there it is. And even, for example, there have been times where me and Joe will be working out, and we wrist. When he lead, he grab wrist. When I lead, I grab wrist. That's it.
Thank you.
We ain't holding hands and all that. It's a male battle ritual dance type thing. We get it on, we do the thing, and boom, that's it. And it ain't no bunch of spinning and turning and all. Man, we don't do all that. No.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is the reason why, again, I'm so adamant about making sure that we move the dance forward, yet maintain the parts of it that make it what it is. Otherwise, we lose it all, and then we have nothing. So, because what I don't want to see is for this thing to turn into something, a bastardized version of what was built from a grassroots level in my city by my people, unlike anything we've done anywhere else, and it's grown bigger than anything else as far as an African American cultural dance. There's not been anything bigger than this to date that I'm aware of nationally and even globally for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it stay the way it should be while moving forward.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Exactly.
What is
Exactly. Like I said, if they cut out,
it? Okay.
stop teaching all them terms and confusing these women, and then to have the nerve to tell them you messed up the count or you messed up this, like you say, no, they didn't mess it up. You the leader, you messed it
That's
up.
right. That look, they call that taking responsibility. If you the lead, you know, look,
Yes.
I'm gonna take from the words of Reggie Miles on his show last night. He said some of y'all was marks and you learned how to count to 8. He said and you're still marks. Well, see, here's the thing. Fact is, this is why they don't understand. Because this dance, to me, is a lot like romance. And if you, as a man, don't understand how to lead a woman on and off the dance floor, you're going to struggle in this dance. Simple as
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
just as simple as
You
that.
said it. You said it. You said it
That's just
right.
real, you know. Um, Irie says Steppaganza was about having fun around historic steppers. Absolutely, Irie, and you did a phenomenal, impeccable job at showcasing and highlighting um, those people throughout uh, that tenure with Steppaganza, and we appreciate you for that, brother. You and Miss Lois, may she rest well. And we are looking forward to the future with Step Union. Steppin Reunion, y'all. It's coming back. We lost Roxie, but it's okay. We got cut off there. That's what he told her. He told her don't touch it. She touched it and it's out of here. So anyway, y'all, I just wanna I guess we'll go ahead and get ready to close it out. But I wanna say, number one, I thank all of y'all for coming and supporting Inside Stepping. I want to say thank you all for your donations that you all managed to, you know, make it give tremendous help in keeping this show alive and keeping us moving forward in this and what we're trying to do in terms of archiving and recording and keeping up with what goes on around the community, because all of these things in the years to come when some of us are no longer here are going to be very critical and important to making sure that we stay in the game. Okay, let's see. We might have Roxy coming back here. Let me see. We can get her back. Okay. But the main thing is that there she is.
There we go. There we
The
go.
main thing is making sure that we are able to continue keeping up with what's happening around the steppers world. And so I appreciate all of y'all for that, and thank you for those of you who purchase shirts and all other Inside Stepping paraphernalia. Man, you gotta rock your Inside Stepping, y'all. We got people all out in Dubai, all in Mexico, wearing these Inside Stepping shirts. Man, y'all killing the game right now, and I love it. Everybody gotta be Inside Stepping, baby. Roxy, did you get a shirt? Did I give you a shirt, Roxy?
No.
I'm gonna have to make sure you get one. What? What you say, producer lady? Look, the producer lady over here. She there she go doing her usual thing. She said she gonna inbox you.
Okay.
So Roxy, what where's the next place that you're traveling to? Because you've been getting around lately, lady. You've been out here moving. Yeah, you coming to Texas? Huh? You coming to Texas, Roxy?
I don't know. It's when I make moves like that.
Wait a minute. You know what? Hold on. I got a bone to pick with you right now. Matter of fact, my wife just reminded me. You were supposed to come to Texas Heat because you called me and you said, make sure they hold us a spot because me and Scorpio is coming and we gonna dance. And y'all didn't show up. I was looking for you.
Well, Brian, what happened with that?
Mm-hmm.
I had completely forgot about the woman on woman stepping contest, and it just
Oh,
happened to be on the same day.
okay. Got you.
So yeah, I had gotten in touch with his girl and told her, that I wasn't that we weren't gonna be there. I think
Okay.
I had called her. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, that's what happened with that.
I would have loved to seen you and Scorpio compete in the get down.
Oh, we're gonna get them one day.
Oh well, hey, look, November come around real quick, baby. I'm sorry,
You know
October.
what?
October come
You
around real
know,
quick. First weekend of October, I think it is. This is the first weekend. First weekend of October. Y'all get ready for that. It's coming up. Texas
hey,
Heat.
if God willing, we're gonna be
God
prepared
willing, and the
for it
creek don't
next year.
rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you say he on there now? Okay. Kurt just chimed in. Kurt, man, happy birthday, brother. One half of the drops is in the building. Happy birthday, man. You getting old, fella. Got to give Kurt his props. What? Oh, I got a question from the peanut gallery. What you got, baby? She's,
My bad. I wasn't thinking you was Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Roxy,
Uh-huh.
producer lady wants to know: did you step or bop in high school?
In high school, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We was bopping then. It was bopping with
Right.
less feet work.
Hey, Roxy, you mind telling us what year that was?
Brian. Brian.
Hey, I had to ask. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You ain't gotta tell us. I'm just saying. Anyway. Hey, look, I'm gonna try it.
Poppy, I know you done told him that.
Yeah.
Not to ask a woman a certain thing,
He
right?
wasn't supposed to ask that.
Hey. Hey, look, I'm a dude. I'm a dude from the south side of Chicago. You know we gonna test the water. You know we gonna try it. Come on now.
Too far for me to kick him.
Yeah,
But
you stay over
you
there.
know what?
You stay way over there.
I have no problem with giving my age, because I feel comfortable and I feel good that I'm able to do what I still can do at my age.
Absolutely.
Which is 64, Brian. You steady when she gonna see it. When she gonna see it.
That's all right, baby. You wear it well. You wear it well.
Thank you.
And you damn sure. Look, let me show you something. You move better than a bunch of 40-year-olds while you playing. Don't play no games. Them feet ain't missed a step. You hear me?
Yeah, I've been out here a while. I've been doing it a while, Brian.
Yeah.
Wow.
You still got the game on lock, and I ain't mad at you. We have a question from a gentleman on our YouTube channel, Wesley J. He says, "Does Roxy have any advice for the newer male steppers?"
The newer male steppers?
Yes.
The same as I have for the women.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the music. Follow some of these old schoolers videos. Watch it. Learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it over and over and over.
Now,
You feel
study
you
the
got
game.
it.
Study.
And then you take what they got,
Mm-hmm.
add something else to it to make it look like your own.
And even do a variation of what you saw, because all of it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the same.
Right. You don't have to do exactly what they doing. You might see somebody do a half split and come back up
Right.
and start shuffling their feet. Okay. So now you're gonna do that half split, you're gonna come back up, but you're gonna do that shuffle and you're gonna move it. You're gonna move it into something else. If you just take the girl and you turn her around with it, do something to make it look like yours.
DC Rogers, go ahead and repost that question, because I've looked and I do not see the question that you asked. Go ahead and re-ask that so we can get it where we need to be. Anthony Sumner wants to know on the YouTube channel. He said his question is the stepping community getting younger, or am I getting old? 63. Well,
I think that was you.
you know what? I think there's a good balance right there, actually. And I say that only because, listen, y'all, next week I have a young lady coming on that is in her 20s who loves this game. Because we're going to start addressing that very topic because the fact that I think we're getting to a place where the crowd is becoming younger. And I ain't going to lie, I feel kind of funny sometimes myself because I feel like there, unless like when I'm at a stepper set, I don't feel like the oldest person in the room. But then other places that I go now, I'm just like, damn, seems like everybody around me is younger than me. And I know while we all hope that we're going to be here every day, the fact is, I mean, we falling off. We dropping out. We've lost 3 pivotal individuals, 3 legendary steppers in 1 week. If that's any indication of where, I hope that's not an indication of where we're headed. But I mean, hell, we all know this. Our time is coming, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Reuben Johnson, Big Larry Woods, Mr. Lois Mitchell. All 3 of those people are people who left an indelible mark on the steppers community. So, all we can ask is who's next. I mean, we all in that line. We just don't know what position we are in that line. And the fact is, the younger generations that are coming up, we have to make sure they get it right. What'd you say? Janet Wooten wants to know, did you go to Elliott Donald Youth Center?
No, where was that located?
Janet Wooten, she said, where is that located? DC Rogers wanted to know, Miss Roxie, who do you think are some of the best out here now, men and women?
Men and women? Oh, shoot, my battery's getting low.
We almost done.
Okay, we got, well, of course, the number 1 stunner going to be Scorpio.
The number 1 stunner.
Okay, we got Sean Bandy.
Speaking of the youth, excellent. Yep. I love his ability to be a student, man. He's phenomenal. I like him a lot myself. Go ahead.
And as far as women, we got Susu.
Yep.
Sandra Moore. And my girl Celeste. I can go on and on.
There are a lot.
Lisa.
I don't know that. I don't even know if it's possible to say any one is better than the other because everybody has their own lane and their own right.
Yeah. It's hard for me to single them out because it's Jumba, Scorpio, Shine, Kim Boy, Taboo, Casper. I mean, it's a lot.
Hey, let me tell you something, Roxy. I'm gonna cut you some slack. You better stop because if you don't mention somebody's name, they're gonna be why you didn't mention my name? You're gonna be catching all kind of flack behind that. I'm telling you now. So you might as well just stop. I told her to stop. So if you didn't hear your name, don't give her no static. We ain't going there. She said that place was on 39th in Michigan. That youth center, the Elliott Donald Youth Center.
Oh yeah, that L across from the L. L was on Indiana though. Yeah, the little youth center. Yeah. Okay. I used to hang out in there.
Sandra Davis says she wants you to do a documentary on its originality, on the originality of stepping in this history. Huh.
Well, actually, I got a friend of mine working towards that, doing a movie. Actually,
that's a great thing. We need more of it. We need as much of that kind of content and information as possible.
Yeah, I got a friend working on that as we speak.
That's excellent. Okay. Anthony Sumner said when he started 10 years ago, wasn't a whole lot of 30-something. Now they dominate some sets. Yeah, well, I don't know about dominate, but there are quite a few emerging steppers that are coming up into the game, and I'm glad to see them coming, to be honest with you. Yeah. My only request for the younger generations that are coming into the game, show respect. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just show respect and
keep
do you.
This game. Keep this stepping safe.
That's it. You know, just keep the game. Keep it clean. Don't come in trying to start too many problems. Just respect the culture, respect the history, respect your elders, especially those that respect you, and learn this dance the way it was put out here, and enjoy it, and ride the wave.
Yeah, because one day y'all gonna be doing this interview with somebody. Y'all gonna have to tell y'all story.
And they also are gonna understand some of the things. See, right now, a lot of them don't understand some of the stuff we're saying because they don't have the point of reference. They don't have the time in the game and the maturity to wrap their minds around some of the things that we are trying to make sure that they understand. And their time is gonna come, and then they'll be saying, "Why these young people are there?" Your time coming, like my mama used to say, "Keep living."
Okay.
Your day coming, and you're gonna be in the same position. So don't set yourself up in the future asking why when you didn't respect the why when we was asking you to give the respect.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Tables turn, baby. What?
Yes, they do.
Okay, go ahead. Poppy say, what were your? Because we gonna cut you. We gonna let you get out of here because your battery getting low. What were your favorite clubs? Coming up.
Say that again.
Which were your favorite clubs coming up?
The Fort.
The Fort. Okay.
That was my number one.
You can't hold on. You can't call the Fort no club now. Come on.
Yes, it was. I mean, have you ever been in there? Have you ever been in
I
there?
never went to the Fort. I was scared to go to the Fort.
It was like a club.
Okay.
You had the dungeon. Well, you know the dungeon. And the Keesman Club.
Okay, that's what's up.
See, I was allowed out there.
So yeah, everybody couldn't travel the city freely. Some folks had to mind their P's and Q's, you dig? So
but my main spot was the dungeon and East of the Rhine.
See, the dungeon was just a little bit of
the one East of the Rhine.
It was a little bit before my time, but the East of the Rhine was always one of my favorite places, and one of my all-time favorites was the other place. I love the other place. It's
kind of small though.
It might have been, but that was my joint. I love the other place. That was the spot. So Roxie, listen, I want to thank you very, very much. I am humbled and honored to have had you on my show. I look forward to the next time you and I get together. We got to get our dance on. And I don't have much else to say to that. I mean, thank you for everything.
Welcome.
Thank you for the information.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for making, keeping my audience jumping because they had, they got questions. And for those of you, and Roxie, you can always go back. You can go on the YouTube page or you can go on my page and you can address some of the questions that people may have for you other than the ones that we address. I think there are a few of them still floating out there. I think we tried to cover most of them. But the bottom line is, look here, we appreciate you, we love you, and we want to make sure that we continue to carry this thing forward. What? Producer lady said when you cut out earlier, we asked we had asked you where can we find you next out of town?
Like I say, it's when I go out of town, it'd be a spur of the moment thing, last minute thing.
Okay, got you.
I don't never plan it.
So you just don't know. Y'all stay tuned and be mindful that you might have a Roxie sighting. She may show up in a city near you. And when she does, y'all better recognize, you understand me?
But I want to let Atlanta know they gonna really be seeing me again.
Oh, you had a good time down there with Chicken Wing, didn't you?
Yes, and my daughter, I have a daughter I have a daughter down there.
Okay.
And so yes, they're gonna be seeing me real soon.
Roxie, let us know next time you go. We're gonna try to make it. Because
Okay.
I told Chicken Wing because I haven't. Man, look, we ain't been in Atlanta in a couple of years now. Because we used to live there, but we need to get there. So yeah, let me know next time you go on. We're gonna slide through.
I sure will.
She
Okay.
said
I
she
sure
said she coming
will.
to St. Louis.
Okay. Susu. Okay. She coming to St. Louis. Okay. Yeah. You of course you coming to St. Louis. We know that. Everybody going to St. Louis, right? I hope everybody
Everybody
going to
go.
St.
You
Louis.
know,
Step
last year,
Union
this year, that was my first time ever going.
to Steppaganza.
Uh-huh.
Really? Okay.
And I really enjoyed it.
It was a fantastic time. Irie
Oh man, it
and
was off
Miss
the
Dolores did a
hook.
fantastic job. And it's funny too because we're gonna close it out. But it's really interesting because that last night, I think it was the last night of the event. No, it wasn't the last night. It was on Sunday, I believe. We were back over at the casino, and I went to Miss Dolores and I said, "Come on, please. You sure this the last one?" She said, "That's it." I said, "Come on." I got down on my knees. I said, "Come on, please. Y'all got to do something else." She said, "That's it. That's all. Don't, nope, bye." That's what she told me. That was the last conversation me and her had. And I thanked her. And
Wow.
may she rest in peace, y'all. She made her transition
Yes.
at
My
3 a.m. this
condolences
morning.
to her family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So,
want to also send my condolences out to the steppers that we just lost. Um, I really don't know them, but I have bumped into him once in a while. But as far as Larry,
mm-hmm,
um, I I know a woman that he has one of his daughters by.
mm-hmm,
I want to send a shout out to them, Sandra Moore and her daughter, and also his second daughter. I understand he has another daughter. His
mm-hmm.
brothers, sisters. My condolences go out to all you guys, and God willing, I will be at the services.
Okay, yeah, Big Larry Woods, y'all. And then we had Reuben Johnson, who just, I think it was yesterday, he made his transition, y'all.
Wow.
So, all I can say, y'all, is let's keep loving on each other, y'all. Treat each other right out here on these dance floors, and let's just keep this dance going and hanging there as long as we all can until they cut the lights out
Hmm.
on this joker.
Yes.
So, Roxy, thank you so very much. We appreciate you, baby. We love you. I
You're
want you to have a
welcome.
good
Thank
night,
you, Brian.
and we're going to talk
Thank you too,
real,
Puppy.
real soon.
Thank you.
All right, baby. Talk to
All
you later.
right. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the legendary Roxie McKinney. She has put in a lot of work in the game, y'all, and she's been around for a minute. And, when you see her dance, yes, it is a show. And as my man Kim Bowie would say, it's showtime. So if you get a chance to see her get down on the floor, if you ain't from Chicago and you don't frequent that environment, when you have the opportunity to check out Roxie McKinney do her thing, let me tell you something. You're going to see something, y'all. So get ready for that. With that said, I want to send out my final condolences to Mr. Lois Mitchell, Larry Woods, and Reuben Johnson, three extraordinary steppers that have put a lot of years into the game, have received legendary awards at Steppaganza, all of them, including Roxy, as a matter of fact. Y'all, we got so much time here. All of us do. We are in a line as we speak, each and every one of us. We don't know where we positioned at in that line. We don't know when our time is coming up in that line, but we are in that line. And while we're in that line, let's treat the people around us with respect and dignity. Let's treat ourselves with respect and dignity. And let's try as hard as we can to make sure that when we're on that dance floor and we're all out here doing our thing, that we just enjoy what we do, love what we're doing. I mean, we wouldn't be there if we didn't love it, but love what we're doing and love on each other, y'all. And with all of that said, it's my time. I thank everyone for coming out and hanging out with us and checking out the show. Y'all are what make Inside Steppin' what it needs to be, or what it should be, or what it can be. And we're here to educate, bring information, and entertain. And if we've done that for you, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit the notification so when we come on, you'll hear the little bell ring and you'll know that we're on live, and you can check out the show. For those of you who are feeling generous, don't forget to hit the Inside Steppin Cash App. Shoot us a couple of bucks. Help us keep the lights on, y'all. We appreciate you for that, and we appreciate all that have in the past and those who will in the future. Don't forget to get your Inside Steppin t-shirts, y'all. We got them for you. Also help to keep the lights on. And I want to thank y'all. Everybody, have yourself a fantastic evening. And we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to catch me some sleep, eat me some dinner, and have a good night. Love y'all. And in the words of my man Tony Adway, I love you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace, y'all.